Welcome to the mid-match show. Hi, Salil. What a fantastic competition in between bat and ball. 165 runs scored by RCB, 166 runs to win.
Good effort by RCB, but I think they might just be 15-20 runs short of what they should have been.
Okay.
I think they played brilliantly at the start. Mumbai bowled brilliantly at the start, stopped the runs initially, but then Virat Kohli really got going. And then there was that period in the middle where Virat Kohli and Shrikar Bharat were beating the ball around. If you see the scorecard as well, 42 balls for his 51 and 24 balls for his 32. So they're almost going at 120, a strike rate of 120, 130.
Yeah.
So I mean, pretty much, however they've batted, the scores have come out to be like that. That last brace by Glenn Maxwell has actually, I feel, brought them to a respectable total to have a match of it. Otherwise, I think they did have a very low score otherwise. So good job done by Maxwell.
What about celebration from Bharat after hitting a six and getting out on the very next ball? A lot of aggression shown there by Chahar.
Oh, yeah, that was a moment in the match, Paras. I think what he was really trying, Bharat was, and his role is of a pinch hitter. He's not going to sit there and take those singles because that's what his captain is doing anyways. He's making sure that the strike is being rotated. So I think going behind Char, and that was a costly over for him. And immediately the next ball, I think he just a lot of adrenaline there. I should have toned it down because they already made those runs. Clearly, Virat Kohli was not very happy with that. He said it was not really required. To get another batsman inside, to get a look in, takes a little bit of time with the Mumbai bowlers bowling really well, especially the spinners.
You talk about bowling being well, and the bowlers hitting the right line and length. But Glenn Maxwell, he's kind of confused me today if he's left-handed or if he's right-handed.
Oh, true. I mean, that was quite entertaining, wasn't it? I mean, for a 160 total, you might not see those many sixes or fours, but I think what Glenn Maxwell did in the end was for his 56 was really entertaining. Maybe he was not really able to even clear the ball in the start, but then I think all the bowlers bowling, outside his off stump and he going with the flow and just switching his bat and hitting it really, not switching his arms or not turning around, like a left-hander. It was just a simple coordination of hitting the ball brilliantly, and I think he got that right so many times. He hit 3 6s with that reverse shot. So I think brilliant when it comes to the entertainment factor. And in the end, he finished for 56 of 37 balls. So I think good job done there by him. But he took some time to start, and maybe those initial maybe those 10 to 15 overs for Mumbai Indians were bowled really well by their bowlers. And I think that's where the breaks came on RCB.
His ninth 50 overall and his third 50 this season. He really likes playing for RCB. Maxwell being consistent is like a Sehwag being consistent. Very, very dangerous, isn't it?
Yes, and also unpredictable at the same time. I mean, now when you look at the score, you'd say that, yes, wow, this was a great score. Possibly Virat Kohli, if he would have upped his strike rate right in the middle, assuming that it's okay to give AB de Villiers 7 or 8 overs with Maxwell to bat, maybe they'd have more runs. So I don't understand the approach of Virat Kohli. Sometimes, after the power play or after the 8th over, he just kind of slows down, and only if it's a bad ball, it'll go. You won't see him try new things and make sure take the competition to the bowler, and then try and get those runs. So I think that's where somewhere in the middle, and you have a new batsman Maxwell who's walked in, who is kind of struggling to the spinners. So these are the factors that I think that RCB might want to look at it with a little more detail, because Virat Kohli's clearly got these 50s. But they have not come at the pace that they usually used to come. It is not a 31 or 32 ball 50. It's a 40 ball 50, which by any chance in power plays, any batsman would obviously go at around 150 strike rate when they get a couple of boundaries. And Virat Kohli clearly does more than that. So that's, for me, that would be slightly disappointing if I'm looking at a batting lineup such as Mumbai's, and if I'm looking at a start that I got, along with Shrikar Bharat and the other batsmen to follow, a Maxwell and an AB de Villiers, who clearly made his intentions very clear in that Bumrah over there. But
Yeah.
sadly, so Bumrah really put the brakes on them on the 19th in the 19th over, and really dismissed Maxwell and de Villiers for on 2 balls. So I think good job there by Mumbai. But at the same time, I think RCB might want to look at becoming maybe slightly aggressive, and Kohli should not think about playing a sheet anchor innings on for a 2020 game at all. He should
No,
try
wise
to have
inputs.
innings.
Wise inputs there, Salil. One thing that is new from Mumbai's perspective is they bought on the spinners very early. Do you think RCB is also going to do that?
Yes, I think they might bring Yuzvendra Chahal, but considering the fact that Rohit Sharma wouldn't care who's bowling at the other end, they won't want to risk that. They will still go with the pace, and the pace with Jamieson and Siraj will provide will be best for them to exploit the white ball, the white new ball, and I think they'll see where it goes from there. Obviously, all this is definitely very flexible, and Virat Kohli will definitely make those changes as required. Now he's replaced his spinner Hasaranga with Dan Christian, so I think he's chosen pace for pace instead of spin
Yeah.
against the Mumbai side. Pollard, everybody in the Mumbai team, they play spin extremely well. So I think the option of a medium pacer, one who mixes the ball up, it will be quite beneficial. With the likes of A. Harshal Patel also, who is a similar kind of a bowler and the top wicket taker of the tournament. So I think they've got their mix right. I just feel they might be around 5 or 10 runs short of what would have been a cracker of a game. Unless Mumbai throw this away, it's their match to lose.
Absolutely, yeah. And when we talk about the pitch here, it has something for the fast bowlers. The edge off of which De Villiers got out, the ball which was bowled by Bumrah, that zipped through. So you're talking about the Jameson being in this attack can be lethal.
Absolutely, I think as I said before, the ball will definitely make a difference in the first 6 overs. Having said that, it is also easy to score off the bowling. So I think a good line and length will definitely make life difficult for the batsman. And I think a few of those Mumbai batsmen are really scratching to score those big ones after losing two in this second leg of IPL. So it looks like 165 doesn't look like a difficult target for Mumbai at all by any means. But let's see. Let's see where this goes.
Once again, thanks a lot for your valuable input, Salil. Hope all your predictions come true today evening, and hope to catch up in the post-match presentation. Thank you.
Sure, Paras.